Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today we're working on the solar system again, the battery bank in the basement and the new charge controller. Everything has to be configured differently to have that up and running, so today I am going to try and rewire all of my solar panels. And I just brought the camera out because I thought, well, it's been a while since you've seen them. I have 27 of these solar panels, and they're the really old one. I think we can find a label here so we can kind of see what this is. So this is a, what does it say? 38 watt solar panel, and it gives out about 60 volts. What do we have up here? We have, this is a German panel, and yeah, that's the data sheet of them. And yes, I have 27 of those. So this is a look of the shed here, or the garage as I call it. And here are the 27 panels laying. There are like 4 rows of 6 panels here, and at the very end over here there are 3 panels down that way, and then I have a really old 12 volt panel right there that, well, I'm not using that for anything. Underneath I just cable all the 6 panels and they come up to this box, and then I've made a parallel connection of all of them, and just one wire goes into the garage. And there is a box over there, one here, one there, and there's a box right there somewhere. This is dirty as hell. So well, up here under the roof, the different wires from the junction boxes outside comes in, and everything is just cabled down here, where I have some old grid tie inverters that well, I haven't been using them for a while, but I parallel connect everything down into the basement. So I have 5 junction boxes going in, 2 wires here, and the other 5 wires going in that way. And then they go down into the basement to the charge controller. The problem is that the charge controller, it really likes a higher voltage. 60 volts is the very lower end of what it wants. So really, if I can put 2 panels in series and pump down 120 volts to the charge controller, I'll get a lot more power out of this. So that's what I'm up to. Okay, so here is an overview of all of my solar panels, and each of these were 60 volts, and they were 38 watts, so volts amp. Right now everything is just coming in parallel, which gives in 60 volts. Often it's a little bit higher than 60 volts, it's somewhere between 60 and 65 volts. And then you just add up all the wattage. So 38 times 27. I can't do that in my head, but I have calculated it. It's just over 1,000 watts. These solar panels are not new anymore. They're actually rather old, but well, and I would like to exchange them for something newer, but well, I think I'll be good for a little bit. I am looking into actually replacing them, but to get the voltage up, I need to parallel them. So I want to parallel to here, and to here. So that means that those 2 will give me 120 volts DC. And that one, and all of these, and all of these, and all of these. Then I run into a problem over here where there's 3 panels. So I'll probably have to skip 1 panel because, well, it's not really usable. So I'll parallel these 2. So right now all the cables are coming out a double cable from this one and this one and this to my little junction box here. So what I want to do is have let's see, here it comes a plus and a minus. Then I want the next one, I'll connect those two, that, and I'll have these coming out, and I'll have one junction. And this is to do the minimum amount of work, because I don't want to go up on the roof and disconnect everything when I have that stupid junction box that I put out there, so that I wouldn't have to do this. Except if something is broken, which I might just find something that is broken along the way. But then the next two will do the same. One will go in, junction those two, and we'll have another one. And yeah, we'll do that 3 times. So we'll have 3 sets of solar panels, 1, 2, 3, and I want just 2 cables coming out of that and down into the shed and going down into the basement, just like now. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Okay, so up in my junction box there is such a device here for connecting together cables, and it has 6 connections. Right now it's set so they are all being parallel, and I've made that was a mess doing, but now I want to parallel them. So I want to, let's just, if this is plus, all the top ones are plus. There, and this is out. So we'll take the plus from this one, goes into here, and the minus from this one goes into here, and then the plus from this one goes into the minus here, and the plus goes, all the minus over here goes into that one, like that. And the same thing down here, we'll make another pair here. I should have moved one of these over here. I'll steal this one and put that there, like that, and like this, plus. Oops. And then I'll do the same thing with these 2 up here. I'll plus to that one, minus to that one, plus and minus. So that's 6 panels coming in. So I want this one, which that will be plus, that will go down here, and that one will go up here. So I'll get plus 120 volts out that way, but I need the power from up here too. So I need the plus to go up here and in there, and the minus as well to go that away. Now that became a mess. I hope you can figure this out. Yeah, that's the grand plan. This is how it looks in reality. It's even more messy than the drawing. The drawing don't have dirty cables and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. Have to go disconnect some stuff first. Well, so this was the mess that I made to make everything parallel. I had some mounting wire here. I forgot where I got this from, but I made well, everything is parallel. You put in a pair of solar panels here, and they will be parallel with a couple of solar panels here. So I'm gonna get rid of this again. So kind of a shame, because this was this took some time to make. Okay, I made 2 wires that are gonna connect these 2 together. So yeah, I think that will be good. I can't really film me mounting this. That's not gonna cut it. Okay, this is something like an hour later. I can assure you that was a lot easier on paper. And right here I have my multimeter, and now we can just measure this. One hand is one hand toolless for one hand for this is not optimal. We are measuring that. We have 111.5 volt here, so a little bit less than I was expecting, but it's good for the charge controller. So I'll close this up, and then there's just, oh fuck, there's 4 more to go. Okay, the first one was the hard one. The next one here was just as fucking irritating as the first one. Another hour has passed me fiddling with small wires, and oh, it's really tedious. So, but now this one is complete. 2 down, 3 to go. Okay, it became too dark outside, so I've moved down into the basement so I can make a mess down here too. Yeah, as it started to get dark outside, I had to leave everything out there. I got 3 of the 5 through, so and we started up with 111 volts, and the last one I connected was at 73 volts. So the voltage has dropped because of the lower amount of lights that was coming in. But I have cheated. I have made a little bit down here, so I'm just gonna show that. I've connected a couple of pieces of wood here, and they go down to the ground here, and they connect with another piece of wood down there. And I want to mount a plate on there for the electronics to sit on. And I have already made the plate. You can see it just over here. So I'm gonna put that in place. Only reason why I haven't put it in place is because I wanted to record this, because I don't want anyone complaining about I'm not showing you everything. So let's move the camera a bit further away and see me do this. It's cut to fit here. I've cut it as wide as possible, but I haven't cut it as wide as I could. It's just too difficult to handle if you do that. So now I'll put in some screws with the new screwdriver. So right now I have temporarily mounted the charge controller here, and this is the eSmart3 charge controller, and I was YouTubing this yesterday, and the only video that I could find was an older dude, and he called him the old engineer, and he had some videos on this, and he just actually replied to me on my last video on batteries. But I'm gonna steal one of his tricks, because he found out that this is mounted on the top here, and down here there's room for putting in a couple of screws. Might be enough with just one screw right there, just so that it doesn't dangle around like that. So I need to make a little hole in it so that I can put a screw so I can fasten it to the board up here. So I think I'll disconnect this. Right now there is not coming anything in. Actually, I saw 4.3 volts coming in from the solar panels, and it's pitch black outside. So, oh, there we are. 4.7 volts coming in from the solar panels. Yeah, that's not gonna do much. Okay, that must be plenty good. Actually not. I've just measured 10 centimeters from here and a little bit down. I want to leave room for a bigger box if I at some point want to exchange the charge controller with something else. Well, I want to leave a bit of space beneath it and a bit of space on top of it, and I want to make room to have another one just beside it. I might go get another one of these. I have the Chinese charge controller sitting right over there. I might mount that too, just to use that for a little bit too. Oh, where have you been? I've been looking all over. Camera charging. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, in here I have been working while the camera has been charging. So what am I up to? I have one of these fuse things that I want to put in. So right now I have mounted this. The floor up here is not straight. This is more straight than the floor. So, but it looks weird. So I'm gonna put in this thing here, and that is gonna be fusing and cutting off everything. Right now I'm messing with getting the solar panel cable down here, and I want to connect that to this big switch. It doesn't need to be this big, but I think it's just in my mind that the solar panels comes in with a lot of power, and I would like a nice big beefy switch for it. So I don't know, it's probably stupid, but I can always change that out later if I really want to. So the solar panels, which are here, will come up the bottom of this, go up there, and go up to the charge controller. There is also a fuse in this, and that's for 13 amps. And that should be plenty enough for the 1000 watts that I have out there. Then the different banks, the battery banks, I have some smaller switches slash fuses for those. These are 20 amps. So my idea is that each of the banks will have one of these fuses. And I bought a lot of those. So there. Also have some here. That's actually the same as this one, just only in one. And it does not have two connections. This one has two connections. So it cuts both of those two connections. So, well, I'm working on that. And it's going rather well, I think. Okay, I have been wiring the solar cable is coming in this way and going down here to the big switch. Even though I don't need a big switch, I have put in a big switch. Then I want the 6 lead acid power banks to come here, and for that I have put in 3 wires that goes up into the charge controller, and then I will be doing, let's see, something like this. Every 2 of these will go together like this. This one will go together with the first one, and the next 2 will go together with 2 as well. So all 6 switches slash fuses will be going up to the charge controller through the 3 cables here, which is 1 cable would really do it, but well, yeah, I just want to overdo it a little bit. You can kind of see the cables up here that the charge controller uses. They're a little bit thicker than the one I'm using, so 3 of those is definitely good. Okay, that's about as far as I'll get tonight. I have powered the charge controller again. I have 2 banks online, this one and this one. Need to go closer. This one and this one. And there are the top banks. I'm gonna call this bank 1 and that one bank 2. And down there is bank 3. Bank 3 is almost wired. I need a cable from over there and up to here. But yeah, I'm done for tonight. I am so much done for tonight. Over here I'll have bank 4, 5 and 6. So that's to be coming as well. And I think I need to have the power from the solar panels coming in tomorrow morning. So I'll power that up. So cool. I might be at this again tomorrow. Day, and a wonderful day for doing your solar panels. I have completed wiring of the last solar panels. It was tedious work, and those collector boxes where I had to screw the things in, they were way too small. I had one that was a little bit bigger, so I exchanged one of them for a bigger one, but otherwise it was just a hassle. So let's go to the basement and see how we're doing there. Okay, in here I kind of put the plastic on top of everything, and I haven't gotten further wiring the batteries, but I was planning on doing that right now. I did see some power coming in. Haven't seen a lot, but let's go through this. We have had 404 watt hours coming in. That's not a lot. It's even under half a kilowatt hour, but well, it's power. So I think I'll start and finish up the video here. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get a lot of comments on my wiring being too thin, and well, this wire should be good for, I think it's 25 amps or something like that, and that's more power than coming in from my system. You have to remember this is a 48 volt system that I'm building here, and every time, if you're used to 12 volt system, if you go up to 24 volts, you can halven the cables. They don't have to be nearly as thick anymore. And if you go up to 48 volts from 24 volts, well, you can halven the cables once again. So this cable that is 2.5 millimeters in square something, if you convert that to a 12 volt system, well, it's actually a square centimeter of copper there. So it's pretty thick, and I kind of think that thinner cables are safer than thicker cables, because if everything should work out fine, but if there's a problem, let's say this thing shorts out, well, this cable, if you put that across the battery bank, it will say poof, it will just obliviate, it will be gone. If I put in a very thick cable, well, it will heat up and I will have a lot of melted copper all over the place. This one will just disappear like a fuse. That's my theory anyway. So let me know in the comments what your theory is. And thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. Join me over at Patreon, where my Patreon supporters has helped me bring this box in. And have a nice day. Bye bye.